Guys Foodies. Yes, I came up with a name for you people. I figured out something new I'm going to try. We're going to create a club. It's Fun Guys Kitchen, but you'll all be known as Fun Guys Foodies. And I'm going to create some memorabilia that says I'm a member of Fun Guys Foodies. And we'll be giving those away throughout the year also. But right now, today we're going to do something that I've been telling you I've wanted to do for quite some time. We're going to do baking. I am going to make what we call Goop cake. Basically, it's a black Russian cake with Goop sauce. It's made with a lot of alcohol. This is good for the holidays. I'm doing this now so that you could learn how to do this before the holidays. Because I guarantee you, you serve this at the holidays, everybody's going to just fall in love with this stuff. All right, ingredients real quick. You're going to need a mixing bowl. You're going to need a bundt pan for the cake. I'm assuming you can make a double layer cake, but it's just not going to be the same. You're going to want to use a bundt cake. This is a bundt cake. It's the round with the thing in the middle here. You're going to need yellow cake mix without pudding in it. What I use is Jiffy. The reason I use Jiffy is most of the other ones have pudding in it. But you have to buy 2 of the smaller boxes of Jiffy versus one of the big boxes of, say, Dunkenheims or Pillsbury or anything like that. So 2 boxes of the Jiffy. You're going to need 1 big box of instant Jello chocolate pudding. You're going to need just short, and I mean just short, of a ½ cup of sugar, 1 full cup of vegetable oil. You can use whatever your favorite is. Do not use olive oil. Olive oil is great in a lot of things, not in cake, unless you're making something that, like an olive cake. I don't know if there's such a thing. I'm going to have to research that. And of course, baking spray. I use Baker's Joy. Baker's Joy has the powder in it. It's really a nice spray for baking. All right, so first things first. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Gotta make sure there's nothing in there because I forgot to check. It's empty. That makes this good. All right, I always put my eggs in the bowl first. I do this because if you mix the eggs before you add the rest of the ingredients, it works a lot better. So we're just going to put the eggs in here. The extra pull is so that I'm not dragging egg stuff all over my kitchen. All right. And then just mix them up real quick. Okay, that's pretty simple, right? All right. Now, what I like to do is put in all the liquids before I add the powders. I don't think it really matters, but it's a habit that I got into that I like. So I'm going to pour my 1 cup of vegetable oil in. Put that off to the side. Get rid of this because I'm all done with that. I feel like, ½ cup of water. So I'm going to take the ½ cup of sugar, put the ½ cup of sugar in there, and then do the ½ cup of water. That way any of the sugar that's still in the cup dissolves and goes in where it belongs. All right. And then you need a short ½ cup of vodka and Kahlua. Surprise, I have vodka and Kahlua here. So, short ½ cup. Here's that. We're also going to make a glaze later, but not right away. We're going to do that after everything's done. We'll come back to it. So you're going to end up needing the vodka and Kahlua and also brandy at that point. And then we add the Kahlua. Just a short ½ cup. Okay. Now, before we forget, we're going to spray the bundt pan. This is why I like this. See, it puts flour also, not just non-stick, but a little bit of flour. Perfect. This is off to the side. I'm going to give this a quick blend. Now we add the cake mix. Remember, 2 boxes of the Jiffy or 1 box of the bigger ones if you like. The problem is it's very hard to find bigger boxes that don't have pudding in them. Since we're adding our own pudding, you don't want it already in the cake mix. There's 1. And there's 2. And then we add the pudding. Remember, it's chocolate pudding. Presto. All right, now you want to mix this for 4 minutes. I have a timer here. There we go. When you're mixing it, I like to spin the bowl. Needless to say, it's a little bit noisy, I'm sure. I will try to bring down the volume a little bit, but I don't know if I can. Grab a spatula. Push the sides down. Normally I do this off to the side because we're already getting heat from the oven as it's preheating, but as I'm in my home kitchen, it's kind of hard to do that with the camera angles. So I'm going to do this, scrape this down one more time here. Perfect. If you have a tabletop like KitchenAid mixer, you don't have to do it this way. You just set the timer for 4 minutes and walk away if you're using the paddle. It works great. But most people don't have one of those. I actually do have one, but it's a really old model. I can't find the paddle. All I can find is, actually I think I have the paddle on the dough hook. But from when I was a confectioner and I was making gourmet peanut brittle, and I invented chocolate and white chocolate gourmet peanut brittle. Looking really good. I'm going to scrape the sides down again. Perfect. I like this. This is looking excellent. Nice and smooth and creamy. That's what you want for a cake mix. You also want to get a little bit of bubbles in it. All right, we're down to 1 more minute. Bottom really well, because sometimes stuff sticks, but that's another reason why you do the liquids and the eggs and stuff first, because then when the powder goes on top, it doesn't automatically stick to the bottom of the bowl. I also like using the stainless steel, that way I'm not chopping up plastic into my mix. Let's have some fun and go backwards. We got a really nice mixture here. All right, we're just about done, so let's pull this up slowly. Bring the speed down so it doesn't make too much of a mess. Put that up to the side. Look at that, good timing. All right, very simple. Now all we have to do is pour it in the bundt pan. Perfect timing. This is looking really, really smooth and creamy, which is what you want. Okay, get a little bit of scrape down here. Perfect. That's all there is to it. Put this in the sink, which I had ready to clean because I am going to try to do things fairly quickly here today. Leave it on the cookie sheet. You don't necessarily have to, but the advantage to this is if you have a smaller pan or the pan's not normal size and it overflows, you don't want to go into the bottom of your oven. So let's put this in the oven. I'm going to set the timer for 45 minutes. There we go. And when the timer goes off, we'll be here to check it. If it's not ready, we put it in for another 5 more minutes, but 45 minutes is probably just about right on the money. Alrighty, we'll be back just a little bit. Alright, foodies, I am back. We're about ready to pull the cake out of the oven. The timer's almost there. I forgot to mention earlier in the show, you're also going to need a container of Cool Whip. You're going to need powdered sugar, and actually I think that's all the other things we didn't talk about. So powdered sugar and Kahlua we're going to need. What I'm going to do is when the timer goes off, we're going to check the cake, see if it's ready. If it is ready, it needs to cool before we can do anything, but you can make the glaze right away. It's not, you can just make the glaze. We're not going to make the goop till after the cake is completely cool, so we're actually going to take a long break because it's going to take, at least an hour for the cake to cool. So I'll come back at that point. But right now, we're down to, 6 seconds, so we're in good shape. Let me grab my mitt. Good timing. Let's get this out of the way. Ooh. All right. I have my big giant toothpick. This is actually a skewer because the cake is so big. It wants to come out clean. It is not coming out clean. This cake is not done. So we're going to put it back in the oven for an additional 5 more minutes. There we go. What I'm going to do to make this pretty simple is I'm going to make the, let me set the timer. We're going to make the glaze right away. All right, so what we need for the glaze is a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar and a 1/4 cup of Kahlua. Again, I want to put the liquid in the bowl first. So let's put the 1/4 cup of Kahlua in here. There we go. I got my powdered sugar. Here's the 1/2 cup. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now, you do not need to use a mixer. You could do this part by hand, which I will do. Even though I have the mixer handy, you're just making glaze. So, stir it. Make sure the lumps get out. You can just squish them and keep stirring. If I had sifted the powdered sugar, I'd have less lumps. This would have been done already. I don't bake during the summer. I don't have time, and 2, it's pointless to have an oven going for hours at a time when you've got your air conditioning running in your house. Oh, hey, storm count just came through. We have been way above average in temperatures lately. Today it cooled down a little bit. We were at 68 degrees, but once these storms come through and the front goes through, we're going from 68 degrees down to 38 degrees. It's a 30-degree drop, theoretically, by midnight tonight. Welcome to Wisconsin. Okay, that's all you have to do to make the glaze. Now, when the cake is done and it's cool enough to take out of the pan, we're going to flop it upside down in the pan, poke a bunch of holes in the top, and pour the glaze over it. Then we let it cool completely, and then we make the goop and do that. So I will come back once the cake is out of the oven and it's cool enough to work with. That way you don't have to stop, start, stop, start. Okie dokie. Thanks, foodies. I'll be back. Okay, foodies, we are going to do this. I just flipped this over. It's really simple. You just turn it, put it on your cake there. So what you want to do is you want to poke a bunch of holes in the top of the cake. Literally just go like this. Not difficult. Once you get all around, do it again a little farther out. And then do it on the inside. Okay. It took about 15 minutes for the cake to get cool enough to do this. Now you take your glaze and you literally just pour it across the top. It's pretty simple. Let it fill in the hole in the middle also. Okay. Scoop a little bit out of the hole here. Put it where the holes are that you poked in. I said that wrong. From the center hole, scoop a little bit out, make sure you get it in the holes that you poked. When it's wet from the glaze, you can see the holes a lot easier. Okay. This is basically done. The cool thing about this cake is, once it is cool, you could cover it in plastic, or in my case, I have the dome that can go over this, but I'm not going to put it over there because it'll get all sweaty. You can put this in the refrigerator and it will keep for up to a month. You can put powdered sugar on top. Very simple. You can put honey, molasses, anything like that you can put on top is fine. But what we're going to do is we're going to create goop. Goop is fun. Let me put this off to the side here. I'm going to use the same bowl. Don't even have to clean it because we're just filling it with the same similar stuff. I did forget one other thing. You need a can of sweetened condensed milk, which I have handy. So, I actually had to print out the recipe because it's been a while since I've done this. You take, oh, looks like the stray cat's here. Yep, stray cat's here. Come on, get in here, in the house. You don't get to go up on a stray cat. All right, pretty simple. Pour your sweetened condensed milk in. Get a spatula handy. I should have had that ready right away. That was kind of silly. Now, of course, the dog knows the stray cat's here, and she does not like the stray cat. She likes her cats, not the stray cat. But we take care of the stray cat. Well, we don't take care of it. We feed it because we're animal people, obviously. Okay. This stuff is really thick. It's kind of interesting stuff. You don't think of... Get down. You don't think of milk as thick, but this is condensed milk. So it's definitely thick. Okay. Then you need one... Now the dog's all freaked out. 1 container of Cool Whip. If you were smart and you put it in the refrigerator the day before, it would be perfect. I only did it about 3 hours ago, so it's semi-frozen, but it's not bad. It's already partially thawed. Then you need a half cup of Kahlua. So we'll do the half cup of Kahlua. There we go. And a half cup of Brandy. I actually had to go into town to buy some Brandy because we didn't have any. Okay, 1/2 cup of Brandy. Then you just mix it up. Got the mixture all ready already? Oops. Start off slow or you'll have a mess. Actually, slow is probably a fine speed all the way around. Now, one thing you need to understand about Goop, we did not cook the Goop. Since we did not cook the Goop, the alcohol is potent. So if you are planning on driving, this is not something you want a lot of before you drive. You saw how much alcohol we put in here. Granted, on each piece of the cake that you're going to have, it's not like a whole ton. But this is Goop. So when you're ready to serve the cake, put this in the refrigerator so that it stays cool, and it'll thicken a little bit from sitting. When you're ready to serve the cake, you can sprinkle a little powdered sugar on top. I do that anyway. Then I slice the cake, I put it on the plate, and then I ladle a couple of spoonfuls of the Goop on top of the cake and serve it. I will take pictures when I do that. This is fantastic, all right? This is all you have to do to make this delicious, delicious cake, which is fantastic around the holidays. So thank you, Fun Guys Foodies. I hope you enjoyed the show. You're gonna love this unless you don't drink. Now, I don't drink and I still love this. Granted, I don't pour the Goop on top. I just eat the cake with the powdered sugar. That's more than sufficient for me. But my wife loves the Goop. She pours it on there and like her eyeballs roll in the back of her head. Is so good. That's how good this is. So you're gonna love this for the holidays. Don't get me wrong, you eat it all year round, but it's basically a holiday cake. So thank you for joining me in Fun Guy's Kitchen. I'm Fun Guy the Entertainer, cooking for you.